The great thing about vision is that even if you don't have your own vision, when you tie and you lock onto someone else's vision, your life is affected, but so many other people's lives are affected as well.
So we've lived all over North America. Steve's from Los Angeles, I'm from Ontario, and we came to Calgary just for a couple of years, and we knew that afterwards we'd be moving back to another place. Once we were here, we started to look for a home church.
And I remember the day you came home and you were excited. You said, there's this girl that I work with, and she's cool, and I found out her dad is a pastor, and she's cool, so we should check out her dad's church.
There are certain things that happen in life when you think it could only be a God thing. All started with my wife having a vision to one day move to Canada. 6 months before we actually moved to Canada, we shared it with our pastor, Paul Scanlon, back in England, that we were moving to Canada. And we were moving to Canada on the back of not having any jobs and no church. So anyway, we shared it with Pastor Paul Scanlon, and he said, well, you know that Leon's starting a church in Calgary. And we were like, yes, home run. So if we get a great church to go to, then everything else was going to fall into place. So anyway, we found Springs and Springs found us.
The next week,
you suggested that we come, and I did not want to come because I didn't want to seem so weird. But you convinced me, and you said, well, we'll just sit in the back row, not a problem. So we came and we sat in the back row, and immediately after the service, people started to greet us, and then...
Well, Dee started yelling.
And then she said, come meet my family.
Yeah.
And I was mortified. But we went up and met the entire family, and they were wonderful.
From the second we first got here, walking through the doors, being inspired by the worship. As we walked through the doors, it was like, yeah, this is home.
We didn't want to just leave somewhere just for the sake of leaving, or go somewhere just for the sake of going. And we really found that what we were able to do here with the church, it's a world-class church.
One of the main reasons we stayed in Calgary was this place.
When I was a baby Christian, I always learnt the concept of making sure that when you sow, when you give, when you tithe, make sure it goes into good soil. If we give a cent, $10, $50, or $100, we know that money is going to create such a harvest in so many different lives. We never may meet those people, but we know our money is going into good, solid, fertile soil.
So as soon as we realized we were going to stay here, we thought we got to start contributing to this thing. And it didn't take long before we felt our family was here. And you know, Pastor talks about, you know, the people just kind of hanging on for the ride and letting other people give, and we thought we're not going to be those people. And Julie's like Miss Online Banking. So she was so excited when you can give online. That was like the greatest thing ever to happen.
Yeah.
Julie, and so Julie does the online give thing, and then it kicks back the email. And so every once in a while, I'm just in a random place. It'll be like a Wednesday afternoon, and all of a sudden my phone goes, boom, thanks for giving.
You know, there's a great saying that says, society grows when men plant trees whose shadow they will never see. And I think as Christians, we have that responsibility to make sure that we're affecting not only our lives, but generations upon generations upon generations. Our tithes can go forward and hit a family right now, but a family to come. Children's children, so to speak. So the whole part of tithing, that whole live to give, we embrace that and just become part of that.
And I think that we're always afraid that the more we give of our time and our money, that our world's going to get smaller and smaller and it will limit you, but it's actually the exact opposite, and your world just gets bigger and bigger.
So to me, it's really being wise with how you give your money. Just don't give your money to anything. Make sure there's a worthwhile cause. But the most priceless cause we can give is just sowing to an amazing life-giving church like Springs.
Well, one of the reasons we give is because 5 years ago, people sitting in Winnipeg gave, and it brought the church here to Calgary. And it's forever changed our lives, and it's changed how we're going to raise our family and what we do with our time. And so we just look at it and we say, how can we let it stop with us? We now need to give for others.